Ladies and gentlemen, this is really a breakthrough article in the Federalist, and it's really, really amazing. Exclusive Special Counsel's Office is investigating the 2016 DNC server hack. Now, this is the very beginning of everything. Understand something. The political component, or what they tried to hide in terms of politics or divert people's attention from, is that Bernie Sanders was cheated. Nobody on the planet still talks about that but me. 30,000 years from now, okay, my ghost will still be talking about Bernie Sanders being cheated. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody cares anymore. Bernie Sanders he probably hasn't thought about it since 2016. The man, what was it, $200 million in donations, which, caused a whole other problem in numerous ways. But anyway, so he doesn't even care. From hardworking, impressionable, idealistic progressive voters and voters who just didn't really care for either political side. Anyway, he was cheated. That's what the emails, they've never read. Notice how we've never read the DNC emails since that time. The foundation emails, all of the emails that were published that showed corruption within the Democratic Party. Okay. I can go on forever. Bernie Sanders was railroaded, cheated. And the DNC did it to him again in Iowa, 2 years ago, but whatever. Okay, he just enjoys it. Oh, I love getting cheated. It's fantastic. Anyway, hit subscribe to this channel right now. It's a very, very important segment. And the researcher won in the indictment. Researcher 1. I'm not going to give you his name. It's public record. But Researcher 1 was tasked by the Department of Defense. Researcher 1 in the Michael Sussman indictment, who was part of acquiring data to utilize against Trump, non-public internet cyber information, to utilize against Trump to acquire, obtain, and then give that information to government agencies in order to initiate investigations of Trump. So they started with Madam Secretary, then a payment to an attorney, then an attorney working alongside various other people to obtain data, and then the quest to utilize that data in order to convince government officials to then investigate Trump and, of course, find nothing. Okay. So they still haven't found anything. They still haven't indicted Trump because he didn't commit any crimes. Whereas we've seen 3 people indicted specifically for setting up and framing Trump, specifically for working to undermine Trump, which is exactly what the Durham probe is about. Finding out why all of these people thought he worked directly with you-know-who. They can't simply say, Clinton lost. Like I said she would lose, NPR quoted me. And the NPR link is on hagoodman.com. You could read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, other publications. Read my article in The Federalist predicting all the economic issues we're facing, the stock market crash we're seeing in slow motion, but we're going to see a devastating stock market crash in terms of 2 to 3 to 4,000 point drops in the market within a day or two, within a one-day span. And that, unfortunately, will take place. Hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel. That's below in the pinned comment. So my article in The Federalist was written in October of 2021. Read that below in the pinned comment, but also the my Stock Market Crash channel below is in the pinned comment. Share that everywhere, and please subscribe to it. And if you want to be part of my Patreon, thank you so very much. But ladies and gentlemen, you look at the Researcher 1. Researcher 1 was tasked by the Department of Defense to investigate. For some reason, all of these people have this, like, they're all working with government agencies on different government projects. And oh, by the way, happen to be somehow tied to Clinton, okay? But researcher once said, how dare, basically didn't like, didn't really appreciate the Durham probe. So then researcher one said, quote, I was asked point blank. So hold on one second. So he was basically asked why he was researching the DNC hack, and he wrote, let that sink in for a moment, folks. Someone hacked a political party, DNC in this case, in the middle of an election year, 2016, and the lead investigator, the Department of Justice's special counsel, would question whether U.S. researchers working for DARPA should conduct investigations into the matter is acceptable. Whether U.S. researchers working for DARPA should conduct investigations in this matter is acceptable. Well, let's see. It is not acceptable that a third-party tech firm was the only entity to look at DNC servers. Number one, it is not acceptable that the third-party tech firm was paid by the Clinton campaign and DNC, or by the DNC, to analyze DNC servers and utilize that analysis to indict 5 Russian intelligence officials when nobody at the U.S. government saw the DNC servers. So how can the Department of Defense or anyone at the Department of Defense be tasked with looking into the DNC hack? We don't even know. There's no guarantee. Just because there was an indictment that wasn't part of any trial, they used to say you can indict a ham sandwich. They indicted those intelligence officials for hacking the DNC based on Company 1's evidence. So researcher 1 is saying, it's an election year, and another country wanted to hack the DNC. Yeah, let's say another country wanted to expose how much corruption was in the Democratic Party because they cheated Bernie Sanders. Imagine how devious our adversaries are. Oh, they're exposing how little we think of our own democratic system. Oh my God. Yeah, why was Bernie Sanders cheated, and why was he silent after? That's another story. Do you think researcher 1 cares? No. They cheated Bernie Sanders, then they had people find out. So this is hilarious. They had him find out the origins of the hacker. I'm not even going to bring up the hacker's name because that's a very likely a fabricated name. The alleged hacker, or one of the alleged hacker, whatever. So they wanted to find out, but the thing is, why is this man, here's the question, why is this man now part of the indictment, although he wasn't indicted, but why is he also working on the Alpha Bank nonsense? That's a very bizarre question. So the DNC hack started everything, the alleged DNC hack. There's no evidence that the United States has obtained through its own research or agencies. They have relied on evidence given to them by third-party tech firms paid by Clinton or the Democratic Party. So therefore, that evidence is suspect, because you would not allow Trump to pay for a company, a third-party tech firm, to say, oh yeah, the RNC was hacked by China. So therefore, let's just engage in 5-6 years of hysteria and apoplectic foreign policy and domestic policy because of this. But see, again, this is far too difficult for morally superior liberal Democrats to understand. They don't want to understand it. They don't care about it. They just know that a lot of people in authority have confirmed the assessment and the analysis based on the assessment of a lot of really important people. And so, gosh dang it, you know what? That's good enough for them. And any other belief system is just conspiratorial when they're the ones who actually believe in conspiracies. So the question now, this is a very simple question, that people who still believe that Russia interfered by introducing the DNC emails to the planet, thus showing how corrupt Democrats were to Bernie Sanders. Well, which is hilarious too, because why would the Clinton had email top secret intelligence on servers also. So there was no top secret or classified data on DNC servers. Question now is, why was this man a part of both events? One we know was linked to a crime in Sussman lying to the FBI. The DNC hack almost certainly was linked to criminal activity, but in a very different manner, possibly pertaining to the whole thing being fabricated. 18 U.S. Code 371. I write about that in the Federalist also. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. I'll be back in a